week's episode of One Piece, Usopp both pisses me off and impresses me at the same time in this week's very slow episode of One Piece, which is definitely not going to appeal to everyone. However, I'm a big fan of Usopp, and I really loved the scene at the end when he finally came clean to all of the Tontada tribe and basically just told everybody that I'm a fraud. I've basically been playing all of you guys the entire time. I'm not a hero, but I am the badass sniper of the Straw Hat crew. I loved that scene. It was, when I read it in the manga version a couple of weeks ago, it really impressed me, and with the voice acting and of course the music, it just makes it all the more epic. However, the first half of the episode is just a little slow. It's basically just all the different members of the Tontada tribe calling out for Usopp, Usaland, Usaland. It goes on, and it tries to make you all depressed. And then one by one, Trebol is literally squishing and crushing all of the Tontada tribe as they're speaking out about their hero Usaland, and it's made even worse by the fact that it's going out on the loudspeakers so Usopp can hear all of this. And of course, it's ultimately getting to him, and eventually he stops and decides to run back and help his friends. And of course, eventually help out Nico Robin, who is really freaked out, and obviously because she's turned into a friggin' toy. But really, that's the whole episode right there. It was just a real slow burn, especially in the first half. But really just, even when I was reading it in the manga version, just Usopp pissed me off so much here. Because maybe I'm expecting way too much of this character, but I just, you know, after the time skip, I just expected him to be a little more bold, especially with all the things that he's been through up to this point. And for him to just abandon all of the Tontada tribe and just sort of try to, like, blame it on his cowardice and the fact that Frankie wasn't there was really freaking annoying. And aside from that, there was a Frankie scene that was actually pretty cool, where basically all of the Marines were just, like, laying waste to him and shooting him repeatedly. And I found it really funny after they just got done, like, just laying him out with bullet after bullets, that they just walk up to him, they're like, all right, put your hands behind your back and everything will be cool. I just love that they asked that after they literally performed a friggin' execution from RoboCop. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of One Piece? It was okay. It was a simple episode, but it is going to be remembered for the moment that Usopp finally got his balls back and decided to finally get into the battle. And I'm really excited to see that. And I did especially love the move where he fired the shurikens out and they actually ended up cutting Trebol up. But as we all know, he's basically a Logia type. At least that's what I think his devil fruit is. So he's probably going to be just fine. But still, that scene was really awesome. It's always cool when he has, like, a brand new ability, especially his plant ones. They're always really interesting to see. And it was probably the best animated scene of the entire episode. But really, it was just watching Usopp run around a lot in the friggin' Tontada tribes, just waiting for him to come back. That's pretty much the whole episode right there. Animation was okay, artwork was okay, everything else was pretty damn good. So I'm still going to give this week's episode a 3 out of 5, just an average episode of the series. Usopp fans are going to love it. Check it out, guys. Pretty fun stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And before you guys leave, please tell me what you thought about this week's episode of One Piece. Do you fancy yourself an Usopp fan? And what do you want to see from the rest of the Dressrosa arc? Before you guys leave, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, you can do that by clicking on the channel icon right up here. You guys can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.